Hi, everybody. And for some reason, my chat widget is not working. That's okay. I'll fix that. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Um, welcome to the. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. The last one we did was
Probably over the summer, honestly.
it was Indiana Jones, wasn't it? Or no, not Indiana Jones. It was or was it? Was it Last Crusade?
Last Crusade, I think it was.
I think it was. Yeah.
When was that? Was that in the fall? I don't know. You're supposed to know things. I'm the forgetter.
I
Did we do no, we didn't we haven't done Clue yet. Mr. I Love the Ant says. But no.
No, we haven't.
that would be incredibly challenging
For you.
for me, or else everybody would hate it. Because I'd just be like reciting the movie, and then of course, because of the delay, it would be off.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had get on with it. I'm getting there. The point is blackmail. All this came out after dinner in the study.
See, you're doing it, and we're not even watching that movie.
We're not even watching that movie. It's such a good movie.
Mr. I Love the Ants, our lips are not synced at all? Because it looks synced to me, and Dana seems synced.
Well, it obviously looks synced on my end, but like
Yeah.
you remember, I told you when I first joined the Zoom, you weren't synced up.
Yes, but then you said I was.
Yes, so you're fine for on my end now, but I'm not, of course, watching YouTube. I have the chat popped out, and then I'm just watching the Zoom.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
HB Haga, too late. Yeah, Mr. I Love the Ants, try that.
Yeah, so. It's your fault.
Yeah, I'm so stoked. So yeah, some of the conversation has already gotten around to one of my points of interest on this, and it took me a little bit to realize that. Like, it's not obvious about it at all, but I can literally think of one white dude who has lines.
Yes.
And it took me a little while to come up with it.
So let's all pay attention as we watch it and see if we can see how many white dudes with lines that we notice. Random Hank sees everything is synced, and Random Hank refers to himself in the third person. Thank you, Random Hank.
I wonder if he's related to Bob.
Random Bob?
No, Bob Dole.
Bob. Oh, Bob Dole, because of the third person thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
As he said when he was abducted by aliens the night before Election Day on The Simpsons, Bob Dole doesn't need this.
Oh, I can never remember the line. He doesn't approve of this? No, that's not what it is. He doesn't care for this.
Yes, that's correct. That is, yes. Kane20C says, okay, as far for the finding white dudes with lines, does it count if they're wearing makeup? Do white dudes playing aliens count?
No.
Just he has to be visible or playing aliens that don't look human, because I think the one you found, he's technically an alien, but he's one of the aliens that just look like humans.
Yeah.
So he has to be immediately visibly identifiable as a white dude.
As a human.
Yes.
Yeah.
now we got him thrown in. Now I've got him thrown in the quotes from that Simpsons Halloween show. Abortions for all. No abortions for anybody.
What about ADR? What's
ADR? ADR is like looped dialogue. It's like a re-recorded dialogue. I would say that only counts if I would.
I can't.
ADR, like for someone who isn't visibly saying a line on screen, I don't think counts. No.
Oh yeah. They have to be saying. That's a good point. The line has
they
to
have to be they have to be visibly identifiable as a white dude, and the line has to be spoken by them on screen.
Yeah, because I would like the Kree guy. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. The flunky, the second in command guy, and then because I was looking, there really weren't very many people on the planet of Song that had lines. Mostly it was just the prince.
That's true.
Oh wait, what about the one who introduces them?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Of course, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait and see. I'll forget.
I will. Yeah, I'll keep a watch for this while we go through the movie. And if I think I see a good candidate for a white dude with a line, I will point them out.
We'll take a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, the character doesn't have to be human because, like people have pointed out, some of the aliens in the movie look just like humans. They have to be, but they have to be identifiable as a white dude.
Yeah, if they've got so much makeup on that they're blue and green, and you're not entirely sure, you can't tell, then
right.
If you just happen to know that the actor who portrays them is white, doesn't count.
Exactly. Just think of it in terms.
It's the reverse.
Go ahead.
It's the reverse of the issue with the Princess and the Frog. That she spends most of the, I mean, yes, the voice actor was a black woman, but she spent most of the movie depicted as a frog. She's
not actually playing a black
woman
character
for most of the story. Yeah. So I think that same logic applies here. CMAC exactly. I was about to bring that up. I was going to say, look at it in terms of Star Trek. When people talk about diversity in Star Trek, they're not talking about the alien characters. They're talking about the races and genders of the actors. The visible ones specifically. Yeah. If you had a Star Trek show and there were more alien characters on it than any other Star Trek show, but all the alien characters were played by white people, that doesn't count. That's not diversity because there's no such thing as Klingons. They don't count as diverse if it's white people playing them. So, yeah. I love white people too, Boxy Brown, even though we're so much trouble. Lucky Dog, I think that says less about you and more about the quality of writing in this movie. Because you don't notice unless that's what you're looking for going in. You really don't notice the absence of white folks. I know when you and I talked about it between the two of us after we had both seen it, you brought up the fact that there, like, by your count, there's one white dude that I could think of, that you could think of. And, and I said, I mean, I certainly noticed and very much appreciated that the movie is built around female characters, that the three lead protagonists and the lead villain are all women and played by women. Like, and so I noticed that and thought that's really cool, but I didn't pick up on the no white guys have lines thing until you pointed it out. And then I was like, oh yeah, I think you're right. So, Lucky Dog, representation isn't binary. Like it's a sliding scale. So, I mean, Klingons are better than absolutely nothing, but having an all white Federation, not cool. Would be not cool because it hasn't actually happened, which is cool, ironically. I think it's not just TNG Klingons. I mean, I think any Klingons in any show, if the characters are played by people of color, then I think that counts as representation. Right, but it's not as much representation as having a diverse cast. It's across. Yes, of course. So it's like I said, sliding scale. Yeah. Now, out of curiosity, have there been white actors playing Klingons, or is it? Oh yeah. It's been mostly white actors playing Klingons. That's one of the reasons why the darkened skin for most Klingons makeup is regarded as kind of problematic, because brown face. It's brown face, or in some cases, like there's when one of the original Klingons from classic Trek, Kang, played by a fantastic actor, Michael Ansara, who also did the voice for Mr. Freeze in Batman the Animated Series. He played one of the original Klingons on Star Trek, on the original Star Trek, and his
they darkened his skin tone, as they did for all of the white actors who play Klingons, pretty much. I think William Campbell wasn't really darkened that much, if at all. But Michael Ansara, his skin was darkened so much it kind of looks like blackface, because his skin tone, his natural skin tone was very light, and when he plays Kang, it's like deep chocolate brown.
Oh boy!
And yeah, and like at the time, it wasn't really. Nobody really thought twice about it, but and it's not meant to, as he's playing an alien. He's not playing a black human, so it's not quite the same thing, but it has echoes of that is sort of like,
right, because that's been a thing. And I think it's also worth talking about. And if it can bring that as a conversation point to the foreground, I think that's important, especially if there aren't a lot of non-white, actors represented in the cast in varying parts.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kara, it was a white, the Klingon in A Private Little War was also played by a white actor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You mentioned, don't forget brownface for the Four Feathers. Wait, the Four Feathers? Like, I vaguely remember that was a movie, but I don't think I saw it. Like, I remember the trailer and it was like, oh, they give white feathers to the cowards or something like that. And Storm Over the Nile, I can't even place. I'm going to guess that that's also a movie. Is that a movie, Steve?
I've never heard of it.
Okay. So
I've never seen it.
I'm not the only one.
I've never seen either one of them. So
I think Heath Ledger was in The Four Feathers, maybe.
Oh, now that you mention it, I remember the Four Feathers existing, but I never saw it. Yeah. And I don't think I've ever heard of Storm Over the Nile. But yeah, you said Heath Ledger and it kind of clicked something in my brain. I was like, wait a minute. I think I do remember like seeing that was coming out, but I never saw it. So, since we have a whole ass movie to watch, shall we get started?
Let's.
All right, everybody.
Okay, so I get to say how it goes. So
hang on. Air One Fire. No, I don't mean Kang from The Simpsons. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I will just take your word for it. So.
Very different guy.
Thanks, Kara, for explaining. I still don't have a whole lot of a clue what you're talking about, but let's go for it. So cue up the thingamabob. Hopefully we won't have ads. I had ads at the beginning. So if you were on Disney Plus, go ahead and play it, because you'll get like
you watched didn't you watch Treasure Planet on Disney Plus?
Yeah, we watched Treasure Planet on Disney Plus. Was it for a live stream?
For a live
stream. We
didn't
have ads. Yeah, we
did. Yeah, so you should be okay.
Good. But we're queued up at 0000. So
yes,
hopefully during all the chitter chatter, you have played past, because like when I started up this one, I got ads at the beginning.
Yeah. Was it like a trailer for another Disney Plus show or something?
Yes, I think so. Okay. And I think there might have been another, but it said it was 30 seconds. So I'm just like, okay, fine. I'm just going to be, making sure I have my key.
Whatever we paused at 000 at the beginning of the movie.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, because this is Steve's channel, we're going to pay attention to Steve, and he's going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And when he says play, then we press play all at the same time. Right. And if for whatever reason there's lag or speed it up or slow down, you should look up here at the time code, and then you can look at your time code and see if it matches.
Indeed. That's how we do it.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Or this is the way. Since it's Disney Plus.
Yeah, hey, appropriate. Brand specific. Okay, everybody. And Dana.
Kane. No.
Have you, Dana?
No.
In fairness, have you ever seen that Treasure Island film that Kane is referencing?
I think so, although I'm honestly not sure of the year. So.
Okay. Because, I mean,
I'll have to look. I've seen an older black and white Treasure Planet.
Yeah. Treasure Island.
Treasure Island film. But no. Which is not, but it's not Treasure Planet. Oh my.
Okay.
It's not nearly as good. But.
Okay.
So anyway, so yes, I am. Right. I've got it.
You're all set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. As Dana said, I'll count us in, and everybody hit play when I say play, and we'll watch the Marvels. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, one, play.
At some point, like, I'm going to mess it up. And I'm gonna be like, wait, no, we have to go back. And then you're like, Dana.
I think we've done that a couple of times. It's been a while, though.
I'm kind of getting the hang of things.
You've gotten better at clicking a button with your mouse over the years.
I don't have a mouse. It's a touchpad. Or I thought about it because, like, when I went over the bar, it's like, oh, do you want to skip here? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to do a little play icon. Thank you.
For the love of God, no.
Don't do this to me. Ooh.
HB Haga. Yes, we have movie sign.
We have very, very, very triumphant music. Although I didn't get captions. I guess I don't have captions turned on. That's okay, though. Kara, absolutely. And don't call me Shirley.
The Kryptonian civilization has escaped destruction.
No, it was blue, not green.
Oh, sorry.
The technology is the wrong color.
Different. The technology is the wrong color. My mistake. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning.
Grumpy guy.
Okay, I have to hit it just right. Jason, that's nice. Now I got that song in my head.
Oh, did you, speaking of getting songs stuck in your head, did you hear that Dolly Parton gave a shout out to Beyonce?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. And somebody's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. That song, I remember when, or country music isn't about, boobs and butts. And I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, look, maybe you need to listen to Backwoods Barbie once. And as soon as I typed that out, I was like, it was just stuck
yes.
all evening.
I can't walk around wearing one bracelet. That's Snake Man Cat. That's good. I like that. I love lying to my mom.
I loved that so much.
Yeah. That does not sound like science to me. Oh no.
CMAC identified him for us. White guy!
White guy! It's sad when a person that young needs a CPAP machine. C-Mac, I hope you're sleeping well as a result.
C-Mac, yeah, the family. HB Haga, that was my biggest worry about the movie is we wouldn't get enough of Kamala's family, and I'm so glad they were in there.
Finn Baker, yeah, exposition that we needed, and that was done, especially on Kamala's end, was done in a very charming way that also revealed her character. So, and then the stuff just now with Carol as well. So you don't need to have watched any of the stuff before this, and you know who everybody is,
yeah,
and how they relate to each other.
Second white guy in the
yes, Jude Law gets a flashback line. So yeah. Hey, Jason's here.
We don't need to riff. We've got you.
You think he paid for that space station with that card that he does commercials for?
And I'm curious why. I capped it. Phil Cotta, that's great. Plasma-based powers.
So how come they have radios that they can talk to each other in real time across the universe, but AT&T can't keep its cell phone towers working when they do a software upgrade?
They live in the future, Steve.
Oh.
Honestly, according to Back to the Future, we were supposed to have flying cars by now.
We were, but, you know.
Reality always falls short. See, Mac, I was not aware of that, but that's, look at that. So dedicated.
It's a giant purple octagonal anus in space.
Not every sphincter is an anus. Jeez.
Whatever it is, it's the part where food comes out, whatever you want to call it.
Or goes in. You don't know.
Well, yeah, but that's not in the manual.
Why does the planet appear to have no atmosphere? I just figured it did.
Oh no, I'm like that other guy from 2001, the one that dies.
Is this an adventure stuff?
Swim. Well, it's a good likeness, at least. Oh.
Learn and grow.
Yes, the Captain Marvel motto.
BFF forever.
Yeah, it is a lot like Gravity as well, Jason. Yeah.
What doesn't how does it not look like it has an atmosphere just because it's dark and rocky?
I love the 1950s like sci-fi shoulder fins that those guys have.
Yeah, very pulpy.
Yeah.
I liked Is This an Avengers Test?
See, I think we might have spotted another white guy, one of the alien soldiers.
Uniba. You don't have to have clouds all the time if there's an atmosphere. Some days are clear.
I don't understand why you're being so stubborn about whether or not I mean, I think it's like, didn't the bad guy steal the atmosphere? Isn't that why it looks like that?
No, that's a different planet. They steal the atmosphere from the Skrull, I think.
Oh.
That's coming up yet. We haven't gotten there.
Oh, that's right. The giant space vacuum.
Yeah, the Khan family is great. And her brother is just so sweet, but oh man, that mom and dad.
Yeah. It's the planet of Sydney opera houses.
I hate you sometimes.
What? Because I'm funny?
Because you're funny when I'm attempting to drink my tea.
I will aid in their relocation right out into space. I love her terrified scream. It's one of my favorite parts of this movie.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Vilcata, I don't, because I think that's a Game of Thrones thing. Haven't watched them. It's a good rule. She's gotten better.
Yeah. That sounded like a white guy.
Yeah.
I know you later!
Yeah, okay. Also, grunting in battle does not count.
Grunts and screams don't count. So would you rather have a cat that claws up your chair or that just eats your chair?
Oh, claws up the chair, definitely.
Yeah, because then you still have the chair to use.
Well, no, I mean the chair gets spitted,
Spat?
Gets spat back out. You take his time with that. But then there's all that kind of, cat saliva on it.
Yeah, you have to clean it afterwards, yeah. Yeah. Just sweep our house into this pile. Steak big cat, I like that. There's this passage I got memorized.
Kara, I don't have popcorn, but I do have tea. Cinnamon tea. Airman Fire, in case you weren't aware, this isn't the movie. The movie is on Disney Plus. It's like it's like, you know, dimensionality.
Yeah, Langley, I understand the backlash. I mean, where
I've got an
it came
ad.
from. Oh, well, then you're gonna have to catch back up after the ad's over, because we can't pause.
Yeah.
Did you switch to a less expensive plan because you're cheap?
I probably did.
Because you're cheap.
I am so cheap.
All right, well,
guys.
let me know when the ad is over, and I'll give you a. I'll tell you where the time code's at. Yeah,
because I don't have the video up, because then that's just really weird, like the delay. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you couldn't do it that way.
Aww. So, Joe, you and I are going to be synced up, but then we'll just fix it.
Well, Joe can use the on-screen time code. You, however, cannot. I will have to tell you what the time code is.
You'll just have to tell me. My ad has a baby goat.
Well, I'm so happy.
Oh, okay. So
Ad's over?
I'm back.
Okay, just go to 23. Go to 2340, and then let me know when you're there. Wait, never mind. That you don't have enough time. Go to 2350.
Okay, 54.
You're at 54. Okay, 2354. Okay, leave it pause there, and press play when I tell you. Okay.
Okay.
And press. Okay, you should be good.
Okay, so we're on Captain Marvel going.
Yeah. Families are complicated. You hear that part just now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like cable.
It's becoming more and more like cable all the time.
I love her so much. She is so good.
Oh, I love this part.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for the super chat, Jason.
And it works. Oh, this is fun.
I don't got you.
Wait, no. Oh my god,
we're gonna die. I love that. Oh, it's cool. It's Carol.
Kara, I don't know if she can create anything squishy.
Right. It's not like Green Lantern. Like all the stuff she creates is kind of made out of the same thing.
Langley, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, she's fantastic and she's young. So if she wants to keep doing this for a while, you know. Yeah, Kane, I think that's the white guy that Dana was talking about. That's the only major character, somewhat major character played by a white guy.
Dig the flannel shirt though as an Xer. She's like, Snake McCat, that was nice.
Man bun. Come on, well, don't talk to them. Well, I mean, this at least the big sky beam is in the middle of the movie instead of the end this time. That's a little bit of a change up. What part of don't use your powers was unclear?
Hi, Mr. System 96. Yeah, I now that people mention Mega Maid, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
but
totally.
At the time, my first thought was is it in Serenity where they're in the middle of a job and the Reavers show up? And the one guy says, remember. Take me with you, take me with you.
Oh, and
yeah. Mal kicks him off the skiff. And then Galaxy Quest. We are all that is left.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, looks like I'm the only one who dressed up for the meeting. There's the planet Baku in the background there. Vilcata, I read that line in Hannibal Lecter's voice. Love the suit.
Yeah, I'm really not concerned with realism. I'm more concerned with internal consistency. I mean, well, they have superpowers.
Right. Let's not get too hung up on whether or not the supervillain sucked the atmosphere away too fast. Like, we're way past that.
Yeah, this part kind of ticked me off. I was like, so your people can breathe. They just need help.
Well, she's not gonna. I mean, that's
she's
a
an
mouthful.
Anti-masker. That's what she is. She's an
Yeah.
anti-masker.
Well, she is the villain. Part of it is the plot to Spaceballs, Mr. I Love the Ants. Part of it.
That was something that I thought about this time. You know, we saw the screen running around and stuff, and Kamala like saves some of them from getting hit. Nobody actually gets hit by the falling debris. You know, if you watch the crowd scenes, you don't see anybody get hit. It's all done in post. I understand not wanting to actually risk injuring people, but
yeah, of course.
Okay, we'll just go with it. Yeah. Anti-masker, and remember when things were better, make Holla great again.
There you go. David C. Drake, me too. I think it will be completely realistic. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to clean up. I didn't know I was having company.
The Bachelorette pad.
Sorry about the mess. I kind of live out of my spaceship.
I don't know if she has ice cream in her freezer now, but this would be a good time to break it out.
I think she probably has like a 5-year-old Swanson's frozen TV dinner that's like crusted over with freezer burn, and she forgot that it was in there, and eventually she is still going to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm in a team with Captain.
Professor her name should be Professor Marvel, just to round it out.
Yes. Well, not only that, but it makes it much more fun at the end.
That's true, yeah. A quantum band. It's this thing on my wrist. Hello.
This.
It's one of these. Have you not been watching?
Were you not paying attention?
To the stars. Callisto, that's a good question. I think it's a newer model of the Wookiee porn device.
So you can take that cookie and dunk it in your tea. Honestly, Kamala, just invite them to visit because your mom is mom enough for like a lot more people.
For a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. And in fact, I think your brother would be really grateful if there were some more kids around for her
yes,
mother.
to spread the attention
Really?
around.
Please.
Kara, yes, that's the reference we were going for, the Star Wars Holiday Special. The Diane Carroll machine.
I was thinking it was how bad and how fast, but okay.
You want some challah? You want some bread? I don't have any, but oh.
Good stuff. Snake bit cat, yeah, that's an excellent moment.
I may have been there. She said that really weird. Snake Big Cat, congratulations. I've been looking for an opening to say Holla Batgirl this whole movie, and you found it. She is your Holla Batgirl.
You can get you a Holla Batgirl. And Guy. Man, even just the way she walks, just the precision. I love this. Just keep Johnny looking. You tell her that.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
This is for all the people in the chat who are like, that's not a cat. That's a cat, y'all. It coughs stuff up all over the place. It licks its ass.
Licks its
That's
butt.
a cat. Okay, let me know when your ad's over and I'll count you in again.
Okay, getting close. I'm at 15
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
But it'll take me a couple of seconds to, figure out where I'm at because I don't have my. Okay.
Okay. Jump ahead to about 52, somewhere around 52:10.
$52.12.
Okay, jump ahead. Hit 10 seconds ahead. Okay.
Okay.
You're at 52:22 now.
Mm-hmm. It didn't.
Okay, we'll try it again. Where are you at now?
Where are you at?
I'm at 52, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41.
53.
53. Okay, here we go. Get ready to push play in now. You all good?
Oh, I missed the montage. Bummer. Yeah, the jump roping was cute.
Yeah.
And they learned to double dutch too. Or who was the one who couldn't double dutch? Was it Carol?
Kamala couldn't double dutch.
Kamala couldn't. Okay.
Yeah. Even Rocky had a montage. And Vilcata, let's not forget Rocky 4, which was, I believe, about 75% montage.
Oh. Yeah, Jason, I realized that after that it would make more sense for Kamala not to know it.
David C. Drake, you're right. Kevin Bacon is an excellent MCU character.
And Kamala's in right away.
Kane, I think singing only counts. Yeah, singing while white in a chorus does not count.
Nope.
It would have to be an individual line.
That's like background chatter. Yeah, it's like watermelon, watermelon, watermelon.
Yeah.
Yes, Kane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and one of the little details I love about this sequence is that they're just dressed in normal clothes. They're on this, fantastical alien world.
She brought this hat and then she's like ditched it.
They're just dressed in normal clothes, like normal people. I love that.
Oh, nope. He was the other one I thought, is he? I think he's ambiguously brown.
You know, I have that exact same outfit. I just don't wear it.
Yes, you're thinking what I'm thinking. I know. You're thinking ahead.
She's respecting the flow. Man, the people on this planet would be the best at that hoedown game from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
You know she's going to make this into fanfic.
I mean, they would nail it.
Uh-huh. There's going to be fan art of that pose. The dip. How much have you had, Monica?
She's respecting the flow.
I love that so much.
He's bilingual.
I've got a theory. It could be bunnies. Crawford Fulton King, I'm digging it too. Like it's you know, sleek, elegant. It's very Aurora-y.
Pulsar Light Lady. That should be her name.
Hey, Kara, we are not knocking fanfic.
Professor Marvel, the Pulsar Light Lady. He's got an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. All right, here come the aliens, everybody. So sing, sing, sing your hearts out.
They're seeing their concern, their shock, their fear. Yes. No, Crawford Fulton, I really don't. It does. It's not. It's sleek and then pointy at the edges, much more like Aurora's blue pink dress.
Okay.
This was where I had a problem.
In what way?
Get the hammer. Get the hammer.
Oh, get the hammer. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I was like, it's, what did they call it? The universal weapon?
Yeah.
With a name like that.
It sounds pretty important.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Rockin' Donkey, yes.
Oh, this is science fiction. Star Wars is space fantasy, or also space opera.
I don't know. This is pretty space fantasy-y too. I mean, a musical planet. That's not really hard sci-fi.
No, but I would disagree. Hard sci-fi gets wacky sometimes. This is wacky hard sci-fi.
I don't think so. I don't think this is hard sci-fi.
I will say
I would say I would say sci-fi fantasy, you know, in the same vein as like Star Trek or Star Wars. What is speculative about a planet full of people that always sing like they're in a musical? That's not speculative.
Because it's saying, well, what if there was a planet with people who always sing their language? It's speculating.
As long as you can phrase it as a what if question, then it's speculative.
Now, I think what makes it feel less sci-fi and more fantasy is the melee combat.
Well, the fact that there's no scientific explanation for any of this. Like none of this is actually based on real science. I mean, they're fighting over a magic bracelet.
Magic bracelet that allows them to channel electromagnetic forces. Science!
Again, as long as you can technobabble it and make it sound science-ish.
It's science adjacent.
It's not science, it's sci-ish.
What part of don't use your powers?
David C. Drake, you know what? That's David C. Drake is the checkmate right there. They said quantum. That makes it hard sci-fi. Okay, we have to arm wrestle.
I love that line.
Where'd you get that? My grandma?
She gave it to me in the mail. Let go, maybe? Crawford Fulton King, I mean, let's be honest. Bye, Monica.
Langley, that's a really good joke. The movie has a science girlfriend that lives in Canada. See, she's there. None of you guys know her, but no, she's real.
Ow.
The longer the movie goes, the grumpier Fury gets and the funnier he gets.
She was Kara, she was the daughter of the Jinn who had the bangle previously. And if you haven't watched the Miss Marvel series, you should. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's excellent. Yeah. But you don't need to have seen it for this.
Are you serious, child?
Yeah, Vocata, her delivery of it is fantastic. It's not just it's like a corny line, but she says it absolutely perfectly.
Yes. She's like, squee it. Yeah, no, they don't call it an ifrit, they call it a djinn. But of course, it being science adjacent. You dumb bee.
I'm really glad that you're here now and that we're the same age now.
Yeah, that's especially since she like lost 5 years. So she should be even younger. Another one. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh, another commercial? Don't worry about it. We'll do what we did before.
It's okay. I've seen it before, so. Sweet.
And Langley, I like the idea that like Carol has been doing stuff, you know, outside of what we have seen in the movies. I always like when especially in movies where there's years in between, you know, and the movie doesn't pick up right where the last one left off. Like I like the idea that life has gone on, time has gone on. We don't have to see all of that, but they can refer to it, you know, as something that happened.
Okay, got about 15 seconds.
Okay.
What are you at?
I'm at 1:11 exactly. So get somewhere about 20 seconds ahead of that, and then I'll count you down.
1:11:22.
Okay. 1:11:22. Get ready. 1:11:15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
David C. Drake, clever.
CMAC, that's an excellent written Jeff Goldblum impression.
Okay, I just...
I mean, this whole plan is just so batshit bonkers.
Oh yeah,
I love
and
it
of course,
so much.
And this was another thing I felt. I guess maybe it's okay that they had a dude's voice for that, but I wanted them to use "Scary Lady."
Ah,
let the Flurkins eat you. You will be fine. Please let the Flurkins eat you. You will be fine.
Cat devouring in progress.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It looks like Whitmore, kind of.
How many full-grown humans can a cat?
And also, I love the intensity in her face.
Yeah, well, it's
great. She's good. She's so good.
Yeah, she's saving lives. All right, we've got an escape pod full of cats, full of people.
No, definitely not. Oh.
And this shot is just fantastic. Like, it's just the timing of it, so that right when the hook hits in the song, it's just perfect. It's perfect.
I wonder whose version this is, who's singing.
We have a son? Oh, you meant.
Now that would have made Captain Marvel mad. Mr. I love the answer, yes.
Kane 20C says it's Barbara. It didn't really sound like Barbara. Maybe I don't know.
Not so much.
It doesn't sound like Barbara, but maybe we can catch it in the credits. Although I think the music credits are after the mid-credit scene. We'll probably stop watching after that. Viticus says it's Barbara Streisand. Okay, I'll accept that. And CMAC as well. Okay, so I guess it's Streisand. We have 3 people saying it's Streisand. So. Never let you go. I'll never let you go.
Well, I looked it up on my phone. While the chaos boils, Barbara Streisand's cover of Memory seamlessly plays in the background. Didn't sound like her. Maybe we'll have to go back sometime and listen.
It sounded, but I will accept that. Hey, Kirak.
Just her actor is just a treasure. She's awesome.
Oh, she's fantastic. Yeah. Miss Khan, I know.
I love this. Amen.
Amen. No, the cats have upset tummies.
Boink.
Well, any landing you can walk away from. And I love it. And then in the background, the cat's puking up all the people. It's just so great.
Oh yeah, Mr. I Love the Ants. There were a number of hairless people. I think, when you're up in space and sometimes, the gravity cuts out, just having all this all around, you have to at least have it tied back. It gets in the weight. Let me tell you, I know.
Was that person bald before they got eaten? They're going to fight in the Emperor's throne room.
No. Finally.
Yeah, she's got the hammer. Are you happy now?
No, CMAC, lots of experience with hair getting all over the place. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Langley, I agree. I thought the She-Hulk series was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't throw. Look, we can wait for you to die and then take it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
I can be the Hollaback girl?
Go, girl. She doesn't actually say that, though.
I can't believe she would betray me. Callisto, not only that, but a lot of critics, not just of She-Hulk, but of a lot of superhero stuff, like they seem to have a weird, like reflexive dislike of any superhero stuff that's funny. Like they hate comedy and superhero stuff, which I do not get at all, because She-Hulk was hilarious.
Johnny Quinn, quite possibly.
Matt Dunsel, I have no idea, but I'm very curious to see who they're going to cast. But I really can't think of anybody right now.
Glad you're back, Kirak. So this was something I wasn't entirely sure. How does she know it's not like another jump point? How does she know that's another reality? Wasn't
she
clear on
just
that.
knows. She just knows.
I'm
she just knows because the movie's almost over.
Well, no,
she just knows.
My thought was they couldn't find a way to explain it, but I think the explanation is because she can see the different wavelengths. She can. Yeah. This is another thing she can see, but we don't. Yeah. You know, it's part of her powers.
You know, Mr. I Love the Ants brings up a good point. If MacGyver was here, he could fix this.
Well, if ifs and ands were pots and pans, we'd all have room for soup.
If onlys and buts were candy and nuts.
Well, yeah, Mr. I Love the Ants, you know, the thing you seek is seeking you. The Bangles were looking for her. She is the chosen one.
Good luck, Professor Marvel. Kara, exactly. With a paper clip and duct tape.
Don't forget the gum.
No, that's not going to happen if I'm writing it.
Just because you hate gum?
Because it's disgusting.
Yeah, I know, but that's what you know. He's willing to do what it takes do. He's willing to make that sacrifice.
No. There you go. HB Haggis got it. Melted chocolate bars. Call back to the excellent pilot episode of MacGyver.
No, she has to break on through to the other side, Mr. I Love the Ants. Langley, maybe that's the real reason she went over to the other universe. She just leave all the grading here. Oh, can't grade your papers in another universe. Sorry.
Whoops. Kara, they were Hershey bars, so milk chocolate.
Yep, because his name was Milton Hershey.
Wow. Wow.
Was that just painful enough, or was that over the top?
That was perfect. Milton Hershey. Fury's like, come here. Viticus Carol has the second bangle.
Carol can't have two, because that would zoiper.
Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Yeah, Snake Big Cat, except she gets to leave the sun at the end. I meant who's going to get Monica's stuff, because I want her stuff.
No, Mr. I Love Dance, he said the planets are expected to make a full recovery. Now, part of it is that the Skrull planet, a lot of them died.
Right.
And that's got her and the prince.
David Cedric, I don't think I'd be suited to write all future MCU films. There's only a couple of Marvel characters I feel like I have a really good handle on.
I think you're selling yourself short.
Ah. Shit doesn't work. It's Petey the plane.
She's such a
nerd. Found it on my couch.
God, I love her. Her timing is so good.
She's good. And David, we're gonna watch until the post credits scene because I timed it. It's only about 3 minutes through the first part of the credits, the fancy parts of the credits,
the animated.
Yeah. So we'll wait for the post credits scene because it's just that one. Kara wants to know which MCU characters I would feel comfortable writing. I think I could do a decent job with Spidey. I think I could do a decent job with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think, what was the other one? Oh, I could probably do something with the formerly Netflix corner of it. Like I think I could do a decent Daredevil. And because that's probably my favorite sort of subsection of the MCU, the Daredevil, I guess the Defenders corner of it. I just love how colorful this is. It's very like 1960s Marvel.
They have a female composer too, so.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And also the visual effects supervisor. Just all the women's names in the production. It's just, I mean, it's very.
Rockin' Donkey. Quick question about the Ensign's log. Do you guys have a script or ad lib or both? We ad lib with direction from Jason.
Like there is a script. It's the script for the episode, and we don't actually look at it, but like that's what's going on in our background. Jason's like, this is this episode. And Steve goes, oh, okay. And I'm just like,
yeah,
all right.
We improvise.
I don't remember things. I don't know it. I probably haven't seen it.
We improvise according to Jason's direction. That's how it works. Yeah. Jason knows where he wants it to go and what beats we need to hit, and we just kind of make it up as we go along. And if one of us says something completely unacceptable, Jason says, nope. Nope, don't say that.
Oh, gosh. They're like, actually, Star Trek doesn't do that. See, there, I did it again.
Yeah. And Kirak, I'll get to the other ones after the credit scene here coming up.
That wasn't too bad. That was my first squeak.
Yeah, that was. Oh, God. I'm on the Soderbergh version of Solaris, or maybe one of the Alien prequels. The end.
Honestly, right. I don't think the oh shit is fair. I mean, because your girl she was ready to die. Like, there's no, yes, parallel doesn't mean closely parallel necessarily.
Right.
If they're far enough divergent, there's no people. Yeah. There's no life.
It could have been a universe full of like giant ants or something. Yeah.
Or just nothing. And you're going to suffocate and or starve. Congratulations. There's no life except you for a little while.
Yeah.
So.
Vilcana said unnecessarily CG. I don't know. Kelsey Grammer is getting up there. Like, I mean, assuming that they could have just cast another actor to play Beast, but they wanted it to be, an obvious tie-in with the previous X-Men franchise. So that's why they wanted Kelsey Grammer as Beast. And Kelsey Grammer's getting up there. Like, I don't know if he necessarily would have felt like putting on all that makeup for one scene, because the Beast makeup was pretty extensive. But anyway, okay, so there were a couple of, there was a member message from Jason McLean who says, Steve, you beat me to it with the line, here comes the sun. And Superman does eventually leave the sun like 1 million years later or something. Okay, well, Carol got out of it a lot faster than he did.
Carol's more powerful than Superman.
Carol, I think she kind of is. I mean, Captain Marvel is, it's like, why do we need the rest of the Avengers? Like,
she can still only be in one place at one time.
That's true. And then Kirak had a super chat from a little while ago, says, I don't know. I kind of like they tried to do the Hulk serious, and a huge fan of the late Bixby. Just not sure comedy works, but alas, it's all fake. At least it's all fake. The thing is, and I know I saw you said earlier, or someone said earlier in response to me saying, like people don't like funny superhero stuff, like that, Batman works when he's serious and Batman works when he's funny. My view of it is, if it's funny, then it works. Because funny is an adjective. Like, if you watch something and it's funny and it's intending to be funny, it's not like accidentally funny or unintentionally funny. If a comedy is funny, then it works. So whether it's a comedy about Batman or a comedy about the Hulk or She-Hulk or whatever, if it's making you laugh and you're watching it going, this is funny, then it works. It's doing
so what if it's making you laugh and it's not making me laugh? Does it still count as funny, Steve?
Yes. To me,
it's okay. I'm used to you being wrong.
Yeah, HB Hag, it has to actually be funny. And of course, funny is subjective. So, like Kirak, you might watch it and think this isn't funny. I might watch it and think it is funny. So we just have different, tastes or whatever.
Callisto, I'm going to say a Beast Hank does not count as a white guy, for the same reason that none of the Skrull counted as white guys. I mean, just because we happen to know that the actor is a white dude. No.
However,
you can't tell by looking at that.
Beast in the more recent X-Men films, when he's played by Nicholas Hoult, does count because you see him in his non-Beast form. You see him on screen as an obvious white dude, and then he eventually kind of beasts out. So I think that would count because he is on screen as a white person.
As a white dude, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not this movie.
That's not this movie. Vilcata, no, we're not doing Wordle. We just watched a 90-minute movie. We're not doing Wordle.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't squeak nearly as much as I thought I would. Well, they're coming up pretty quick right now.
Yeah. Johnny Quinn has a good point. Hank does count as a Dr. McCoy. Yes, that is correct. He is definitely a Dr. McCoy.
So, other observations, thoughts, predictions, speculations?
This was the second time that I've watched it, because I watched it once before on my own, and I liked it just as much, if not more, this time than I liked it before. It's a really fun movie. Like I said to you, and like I've said, I think before when talking about it, I know when Jason and I talked about it on the uncut version of Late Seating that he releases for his patrons, and I think you and I have talked about it too, Dana. I love that it's mostly a standalone movie, even though it is a sequel to the first Captain Marvel movie, and it also is kind of a sequel to the Miss Marvel TV series, and you could even consider it somewhat of a sequel to WandaVision because of Monica, you know.
Yeah.
So it has these really close ties to multiple MCU projects, and yet, you know,
it's a multiverse.
It has enough exposition, and the exposition is handled very well with a fairly light touch, so it doesn't feel like, you know, that you're getting an info dump.
It's hard to say that now because I saw that I've seen all the stuff that it's pulling from, except I don't know if I saw all of the other X-Men movies. Because although I just forget stuff, I had forgotten that that the dude was Beast, so I didn't remember that. So I don't know if I didn't see it or if I just forgot.
He was Beast in one of the worst ones, so don't feel too bad if you don't remember it.
That one. I probably skipped it, honestly, because I didn't watch all of them, and you know, I don't know, it just comes to a point I'm like, I'm not spending $20 on a freaking movie ticket again. So the one thing that bummed me out was they just move into Monica's old house, and I mean, I understand why they don't want to go into, you know, there's enough emotion there already, and they don't want to get too much into the other stories. But I mean, that's not anywhere near Jersey.
Kamal no, they say it's Louisiana. Yeah.
Kamal is leaving all of her friends behind. Like all those relationships that were established. Yeah, exactly. You know, this is not the place for that part of the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know this for a high school student, that really sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and if we see that character again, if she appears in another movie or they do another Disney Plus show or something, that's something that they can.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I'd love to see her again. She's great. But yeah, if we see the character again, then that's something that they can.
I was bummed that they didn't, you know, she didn't even seem to care about that. Like that was not even on the horizon, but I understood why they did that because the movie's long enough. We don't need, it would have felt out of place. There wasn't really a good way to include it. So, I mean, I got it, but I was like yeah.
Callisto 91. I don't understand how you can watch this movie and feel lost unless you are worrying about the wrong things. Like, if you need to know exactly who everybody is and what everybody's backstory is, then yeah, maybe you would feel lost because it's obviously that these characters do have a history.
Yeah, something's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need any of it. Like if you just hear this, and this is like, I would love, if I have a message to modern day comics fans, sci-fi fans, whatever, it's just watch the fucking show or the movie in front of you and pay attention to it. And almost always you can follow, unless it's a really, really badly written piece or it's like completely, you know, over the top with connections to the lore and the backstories and blah, blah, blah. Most well-written TV shows and movies, even in long-running franchises with tons and tons of history behind it, are written to be accessible. And all you have to do is just pay attention to what's happening right now. Don't ask, you know, who's that person? What does that mean? Just shut up and pay attention. Put your phone down, look at the screen that the show is on and watch it and pay attention. And you'll probably be able to follow it, you know?
CMAC, I assumed that, well, especially since we see, her mom, you know, carrying out the stuff and her dad and her brother carrying, you know, moving stuff. They were moving stuff around. You know, granted, you could argue that they were, their entire family is now helping Carol move, but that makes less sense than they are moving. And that's why they're carrying the stuff. Additionally, yeah, their house got trashed. They need a house.
They need a place to live.
Monica no longer lives in this universe. Therefore,
it's available.
You know, yeah. I mean, not that, you know, the Avengers and such don't have oodles of money and couldn't just, repair the freaking house. But
yeah, like Tony Stark. Well, Tony Stark's not around anymore. But if Tony was still alive,
so
he could pay for it with the change in his pocket. He's not
spending that money anymore. So.
He's just what's Pepper spending it on? Nothing. Come on.
Well, probably lots of shoes.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? He let her live her best life. Good for her. She's finally free. She's finally free of Tony, because we love Tony.
No, but we don't.
Tony is Tony. You know what I'm saying? Tony's a lot.
He's kind of a lot.
He's kind of a lot.
So yeah. And it's just like there's definitely a place for stories that connect different parts of, especially in fanfic, stories that connect different parts of canon. But I mean, there's plenty of fanfic that says, okay, I'm going to do my own thing because I can. So, and I don't, and especially just with as many different stories, with as long as these characters have been around, as many different stories that have been told, there's a lot that's been done. Do something new. Why not? So.
Yep. Langley, Pepper is investing in something other than science, a little thing called goop. Yeah. You think Gwyneth Paltrow has pitched that? You think she's like tried to get a meeting with Kevin Feige? Like, okay, what if Pepper starts a lifestyle brand?
Oh my goodness gracious.
So anyway, shall we?
I enjoyed it again.
Yeah, you liked it just as much this time as you did before?
In different ways. It was fun to like sort of, I mean, it's like with any good movie, any good story, like because where things are going, you can appreciate the details more. Maybe not as much as in like, in Glass Onion, like watching that for the second or third time. You're like, right. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the setup. There's for little details.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the setups for some of the punchlines in this, especially, or things that, as they're approaching the song planet. And just, God, watching the way they react to each other and knowing why she's acting weird.
Now that that something's coming. Yeah.
And you know what it is and why she might feel the way she does. And it's definitely fun to see that.
Yeah.
So, and you liked it too?
I thought it was terrific. Yeah. It's, like I said, it's mostly a standalone movie. It's 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a superhero movie, not like a chapter in an endless book. And to be fair, I mean, I think the MCU catches a little bit of undeserved flack for that. Like the MCU has gone off the rails here and there in terms of just getting, its head getting up its own ass with all of the mythology and, the connections to everything. But it doesn't do that nearly as often as its really harsh critics accuse it of. And when it does do that, I don't like that either. I think the movies should stand alone and speak for themselves. And the Marvels is a good example. And I noticed this when I watched it the first time, and I appreciate it watching it again this time. No multiverse stuff at all until the end, until the credit scene. And then Monica mentions like it's a hole to another universe, but they don't dwell on that. Like that's not important.
We don't know it's a universe with anything else in it.
Yeah. So there's no multiverse stuff within the actual movie. There's just the little tease of it at the end with Monica's credit scene. And I am completely fine with that because I don't have like me and Jason have said, like, I don't have a problem with the multiverse stuff. I just don't think that every single thing has to be about that or should be about that.
Yeah. There's so many other possibilities for stories. Yeah. Stop telling the same one.
Well, because think about like when they were building up to Thanos, on the run up to Infinity War and Endgame, like Thanos wasn't in every single MCU movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos would show up every now and then to kind of tease him and introduce him, but it's not like every single movie had Thanos in it. So every single movie doesn't need to have multiverse. In fact, I think most of them shouldn't.
It's like the Rock showing up to promo WrestleMania. He's not in, he doesn't wrestle every time. He just shows up and does a promo every now and then.
Exactly. He's not going to be on every show, and he shouldn't be.
I mean, for more practical reasons, let's be honest.
WrestleMania is not till the first week of April. He should be on maybe 2 or 3 times, if that, between now and then.
You don't want to overplay your hand. You just don't want to overplay your hand.
You don't want people to get...
And let's be clear, you also don't want to risk injury.
Well, to be clear, I don't think he should wrestle at all until... If he's wrestling at WrestleMania, he should wrestle there. He shouldn't wrestle on like SmackDown at all. Because you don't want him to get hurt, and also because that takes away we're supposed to want to see him wrestle. That's what makes it special. Down. Yeah, it's and it's the same thing with movies. Like if you're building anticipation for something, then don't just give it away before you're ready for the big thing. Make them wait for it.
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Exactly, Dana. Exactly. All right, so shall we
call it an evening?
Shall we call it an evening?
Don't forget, check out in the description. You've got charitylinks.page in the description, right, Steve?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
so if you have the opportunity, there are friends who could use some financial assistance. Charitylinks.page down in the description. Also, don't forget that next week on Wednesday, we'll be back doing our usual live stream for Trek Reluctantly. Yeah, we'll be watching Poirot next week, 6 p.m. on Wednesday, Eastern time. And then next Friday is Ask Away. And also, this Sunday is my patron stream. That's right, because it's getting on to the end of the month.
So that'll be Sunday at noon. Noon Eastern. And then a few hours after that, you and I and Jason will be recording podcasts.
I have no clue what we'll be doing. Something with Star Trek. I think
yes.
This is
something with Star Trek. You're correct.
We're heading towards deep space.
Yes, indeed. A particular location in deep space. Yep. And yes, Kirk, next Friday is Ask Away. Yep.
So
start thinking about what your question's going to be. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for the Marvels. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed watching it with us. And Dana's going to go to bed, I think.
Yes. Oh, and it's the weekend, and I could just go to bed.
Yeah.
Just go to bed. And I'm all caught up with my late work grading, and I had some more grading. There was some stuff that was turned in today. Steve, do you know what I did with it?
You tore it up right in their faces.
No, that would be unprofessional.
You did what I always tell you to do and just gave everybody a B+.
No, ew. Oh, no, also unprofessional.
Ew?
But yeah, ew. But I left it at school.
Oh, good for you. It'll keep till Monday.
Heck yeah. And I'll be able to take care of it next week. So yeah, all right. I feel good.
There you go. All right.
Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah. See you next time.